Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Manchester United reach final decision on Raphael Varane's future. Manchester United are expecting a busy summer with INEOS taking charge of their first transfer window at the club. Plenty of incomings and outgoings are on the cards as Erik Ten Hag's squad is in desperate need of an overhaul following a disappointing season. Centre-back is the one position that faces the most upheaval, with United struggling for form and numbers in defense as a result of the devastating injury crisis. Raphael Varane is one of the names that could make way for fresh blood, with the Frenchman struggling to consistently stay fit in a demanding league. As reported by Spanish media, United have made their final decision on the World Cup winner with regards to a summer sale. According to the report, United are hoping to offload Varan and will be open to offers in the upcoming window. It's believed there is considerable interest in the 30-year-old, with Saudi Arabian clubs at the front of the queue. United will be desperate to recoup some of the £35 million paid to Real Madrid in 2021, and a transfer to Saudi would represent the best chance of that. Varane's quality was evident last season, but his struggles for form and fitness this term look to have made United's mind up. The Frenchman has chuckled up 91 appearances during his time at the club and struck up a fine partnership with Lisandro Martinez in Ten Hag's debut season. Unfortunately, the duo haven't been able to further develop their relationship this season, with injuries plaguing both players. If United do move Varan on, Ten Hag will be demanding a quality replacement to bolster the center of his defense as he hopes to transform his side next season. Antony credits Diogo Dalot for helping him through tough time at Manchester United. Manchester United's under-fire winger Antony has claimed that teammate Diogo Dalot has helped him more than anyone during his tough time at the club. The Brazilian has endured a nightmare second season in England. It was reported back in the autumn that Antony was being investigated by the police both in his native Brazil and England for domestic abuse. Furthermore, the winger has been in terrible form where he has failed to score a Premier League goal all season. Consequently, he has lost his spot as a starting right winger, with young Alejandro Garnacho making the position his own. However, probably the biggest moment of the 24-year-old's career occurred last Sunday when he came off the bench to fire home an 87th minute equaliser against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. The goal was huge, as it would eventually lead to United grabbing a last-gasp winner in the 121st minute as they came out on top 4-3 against their bitter Northwest rivals. Speaking to the club's website on his struggles, the Brazilian has hailed Dalot as the person at the club who has helped him the most. He said the following: "I'm very grateful to God and to a friend I talk to a lot. Diogo Dalot is more than a friend to me. He is a guy who helps me every day at the club. We have a phrase that we always say to each other: the patient guy is unbeatable. We always talk about it, so I'm very grateful to him for his advice, for the moments we had together talking. He is a guy who's helped me a lot." Antony also revealed that before the game against Liverpool, he felt that there would be a catalytic moment for himself. The Brazil international also went on to lavish more praise on his team, as he claimed, "With regard to Dalot, as I said, he is my best friend here at the club. He is a guy we are always talking to, he is always advising me, and his mentality is out of the ordinary." Scott McTominay reveals that he still sees himself as a number 8 midfielder. Scott McTominay has revealed that he still sees himself as a traditional number 8 midfielder despite his recent goal-scoring form for club and country. The Manchester United Academy graduate has received his fair share of critics over the years, and many have questioned whether the player has the technical ability to play in the center of the park for a club like United. However, he turned his fortunes this year. Commenting in his pre-match press conference via the Manchester Word, he stated, "The manager asked if I could do a job bringing the ball into midfield and defending whenever the opposition had the ball, and that was fine. It was no problem. I have always seen myself as a number 8, someone who carries the ball, gets into the box, and scores goals and makes things happen." McTominay used the time to state that he has always been a versatile player and that he has played across the whole pitch for the academy. He said, "I'm not going to spit my dummy out and say I don't want to play. That's not been in my nature in my whole way growing up through the academy. I had to play up front in the under 21s a couple of times just because that is what was the best for the team, and I look back with great memories. I remember writing on Instagram a few times I was happy with a clean sheet, and that was just my role at the time. There are no problems there. You adapt, you change positions." However, in spite of stating he is a midfielder, the player did admit that it's the attacking element of his game that he enjoys the most. He said, "I love it. This is my favorite thing. I know that when midfielders play against me and they sprint into the box at full pelt, it's hard to stop. I know what it feels like to be on the end of it. I just want to do that as much as possible and try to give big moments, goals to the team." Man United defender Victor Lindelof shines in Sweden's 1-0 win over Albania. Manchester United defender Victor Lindelof produced an impressive performance as Sweden recorded a 1-0 victory over Albania at the Friends Arena on Monday. The first half of the friendly game remained goalless before Gustav Nilsson scored the decisive goal after 62 minutes. Manager John Thomasson made 6 changes to the team that lost 5-2 to Portugal, but Lindelof was among those to keep his place. The experienced defender received plenty of criticism for his display against Portugal last week. He won 0 ground and aerial duels and failed to register a single tackle or interception in that match. However, the 29-year-old bounced back on Monday night by helping his side keep a clean sheet. Lindelof had 64 touches, made 3 clearances and 2 tackles. He also completed 50 of his 56 passes and made 1 key pass. The Sweden international lost possession 7 times but won 5 of his 7 duels. Lindelof will now return to United, who are set to face Brentford at the Dutch Community Stadium on Saturday. Harry Maguire picked up a knock on international duty, while Lisandro Martinez and Johnny Evans are doubtful due to fitness issues. Lindelof will likely start in central defense alongside Raphael Varane this weekend. Sofyan Amrabat's chances of staying at Man United have already vanished. Manchester United are expected to part ways with midfielder Sofyan Amrabat following his season-long loan deal from Fiorentina. The Morocco international joined the Red Devils on a transfer deadline day last summer. The hierarchy paid a huge loan fee of €10 million to strike an agreement with La Viola. As part of the deal, United have the option to sign him permanently for €20 million plus €5 million in add-ons. Amrabat has barely impressed in the Red Devils shirt to date, and Calcio Mercato now claim that his chances of continuing at the club next season have already vanished. Hence, he is widely expected to return to Fiorentina, who could sell him to another Italian club. Juventus are known to be interested in the Moroccan ace, but they would prefer an initial loan. Amrabat's current deal expires in the summer of 2025. Fiorentina may have to negotiate a short-term extension with him if they decide to loan him out to the Bianconeri. The 27-year-old joined United with huge expectations after starring for Morocco at the 2022 World Cup. He was tremendous with his work rate and ball recoveries. There was anticipation that he would provide stiff competition to Casemiro for the number 6 position at United. However, nothing of that sort has happened. The emergence of Kobbie Mainoo has meant that Amrabat has been a regular on the bench for most of the league campaign. Casemiro is currently on the sidelines with a hamstring injury, but it's unlikely that Emrabat will get starts. Maino is presently an undisputed starter under manager Erik ten Hag. The Dutchman has also regularly preferred Scott McTominay in recent months. Mason Mount should also see plenty of minutes in the season run in after recovering from a calf problem. Hence, there is no future for Emrabat at the club. Morocco head coach Walid Regragui described Emrabat as a world-class player during the World Cup finals in Qatar, but he has looked a shadow of himself at United. Emrabat has struggled to adapt to the intensity of the Premier League. A return to Serie A looks the ideal choice, considering the league is more tactical and less intense. Major update on Ten Hag's Man United future following extensive talks with Ratcliffe. Man United are reportedly planning for life next season with Erik ten Hag in charge. The Dutchman, despite lifting the Carabao Cup last season, has seen his future come under threat following a disappointing campaign this time out, crashing out of the Champions League at the group stage and dumped out of the Carabao at the round of 16 stage by last year's finalist Newcastle United. The Red Devils, who also sat sixth in the Premier League with 10 games to play, have very little left to play for. The FA Cup is the club's only chance of silverware, but with Chelsea and Manchester City, two of the four teams left, lifting the cup for what would be the 13th time in their history is going to be a tough task. Consequently, with the United side struggling to kick on from last season, Ten Hag has become a leading contender to leave his post before the start of next season. However, according to a recent report from HITC, the Premier League giant's sporting operation, now led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is preparing for next season with the former Ajax boss at the helm. Although very few can argue the team's performances this season have been underwhelming, there is confidence Ten Hag is the right man to lead the club into its new era. Particular emphasis have been placed on the development of youth, with the club's decision makers already noting how highly Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Kobbie Mainoo rate of their manager. Since taking charge of United in the summer of 2022, Ten Hag, whose contract runs until the summer of 2025, has averaged 1.96 points per game. Jeff Stelling says Jarrad Branthwaite will choose Man United over Man City. Sports presenter Jeff Stelling has backed Everton defender Jarrad Branthwaite to snub a transfer to Manchester City in favour of joining Manchester United. Branthwaite is a name at the top of United's wish list ahead of the summer transfer window. The centre-back position is an area of the pitch United are keen to urgently reinforce. There are uncertainties over the future of most of the defenders currently on the club's payroll. Raphael Varane and Johnny Evans' respective contracts are set to expire at the end of the season, and unless they can agree fresh terms with United, both will leave Old Trafford as free agents. Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire could also be sold in the event that United receive enticing offers. United have been linked to multiple defenders, but it seems that Branthwaite is INEOS and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's outstanding pick to come in and slot into Erik ten Hag's backline. Earlier this month, it was relayed that the 20-time English champions would need to part with a fee in the region of £80 million to secure the England international services. A recent report covered by the People's Person revealed that Pep Guardiola's Man City have also now entered the fray for Branthwaite. It's believed that the reigning Premier League champions are closely monitoring developments concerning the 21-year-old with a view to possibly swooping in for him. However, according to Jeff Stelling, who spoke on TalkSport, Branthwaite is more likely to go to United than the Etihad. He said, "It's going to happen, isn't it? Because Everton need the money and their biggest asset, their most sellable asset, is a 21-year-old Jarrad Branthwaite. He's made 31 appearances for Everton this season, in the England squad. Expect him to play against Belgium, and I think he will find himself at Old Trafford. Never mind, Manchester City. It will be Old Trafford, I would imagine, because with the likes of Lindelof, Varan, and Maguire, all aging players, they need to bring in some youth. I'm thinking £45 million, something like that, for a Brandthwaite would do the job. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.